The Marvel Beyondverse continues with the next part of Phase 1, Phase of the Avengers. If you haven't seen Iron Man yet, then go check that out and come back to this video when you're done. I know it probably seems like Hulk is the next movie in the timeline, but the second movie in Beyondverse is technically Thor. The reason Thor isn't getting its own video is because it remains almost exactly the same as the movie we got, with only a few minor changes. The biggest change is that S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't in this movie. In the beginning of the movie, we also get to see Thor and Loki team up to fight in wars for Asgard. Loki will be more similar to his comic counterpart in this film, and we would get really cool visuals of him using his magical powers. His God of Mischief title would really be played up to 11. Finally, in the post-credits scene, we would see a S.H.I.E.L.D. vehicle pull up to the location of the final battle. Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, and Maria Hill, played by Kobe Smulders, would then have their first appearance in the Beyondverse. Fury would say, "First a robot man and now a Norse god. We've got our hands full, Agent Hill." That's about all the major changes, and the rest of the movie would stay pretty much the same, with the same cast and everything. Now to get into this video's main event, the third movie in Phase 1, Phase of the Avengers, the Hulk. You're thinking about it, aren't you? I can't not think about it. I'm not asking you to not think about it, Bruce. We don't want you to suppress those memories. We pull back and reveal that Bruce Banner, played by Hugh Dancy, is sitting in a therapy session with Dr. Leonard Sampson, played by Josh Holloway. "Bruce, I know my childhood wasn't nearly as bad as yours. Heck, I actually had a pretty good childhood. But I know that you may feel stuck with or limited by your experiences. I don't want that. Have you been working on anything lately? Like a project that you've been investing time in? That can always help." "Yes, actually, I've been working on a prototype gamma bomb for the military." "Wow, I was talking about like a puzzle or something, but yeah, that works." "Although it has been stressful. I'm being rushed and I'm not happy with the results I've been getting, and calm down. You're getting worked up a lot, Bruce. You know, it may sound weird, but I've actually found that it helps my patients a lot when they give their anxiety a name and learn to communicate with it. Become one with your fears and worries and control them. Now, what do you want to name your anxiety?" I don't know. David, I guess." "Alright, now anytime you feel an anxiety attack coming, just communicate with David. Confront how you feel and don't let him get the best of you." After the therapy session, Bruce drives to the military base and calls his girlfriend, Betty Ross, played by Rose Byrne. "Bruce, are you almost at the base? My dad's getting pretty pissed." "Why? I'm not late." "Yeah, well, you know how he is. Anyways, he wants the bomb to be tested today." "No, it's not ready." "I tried to tell him that, but he won't listen. He says he's had men stationed there for weeks and he's sick of waiting." "Betty, I don't think you understand. This bomb hasn't gone through the necessary precautions yet. It could potentially be incredibly dangerous for us to test. Listen, you're more likely to get through to him than me. Just please, try pleading some more." "Okay, I'll try. See you soon." "See ya." Bruce drives through the Nevada desert as the opening credits roll and Help by the Beatles plays. As the song and credits play, we see General Ross, played by Harrison Ford, yelling at his men, asking for Bruce Banner. Eventually, Bruce arrives and runs into the base. "Boy, where have you been?" "But I'm early. Get that gamma bomb ready. We're testing today." "With all due respect, sir, we can't test today. I'm not ready." "I've had my men stationed out here for weeks. I can't afford to wait any longer." "This bomb could potentially be very dangerous if we test it now." "What? It's a bomb, Einstein. The whole point is for it to be dangerous. You either prepare this bomb for testing immediately or you're fired." Bruce reluctantly gets the gamma bomb ready for testing, and all the soldiers make sure there's no civilians in the vicinity. Before the detonation, Bruce is approached by Major Glenn Talbot, played by Adrian Pasdar. "If this backfires, you're to blame, Banner." "I've been saying it's not ready. Ross gave the launch command, not me." "I'm just saying, Bruce." Don't let anyone get hurt because of you. I'd hate to see you think yourself a monster. Lay off for once, Talbot. You've been after me ever since I started dating your ex. Nah, I've always thought you were a prick. 10 minutes until detonation, everyone. Right before the bomb detonates, Bruce decides to survey the surrounding area one last time, just in case. That's when he sees a sports car driving through the desert near the blast zone, with a teenager inside. No, no, no! Stop the countdown, there's someone out there! What was that, Banner? Whatever, it was probably nothing. Bruce runs out of the base as fast as possible and jumps in front of the car, yelling at them to stop. Get out of here now! We're testing a gamma bomb. If I hadn't seen you and stopped the countdown, you would have been killed. Now we've got to start the process all over again. How'd you even get out here? The kid driving the sports car is revealed to be Rick Jones, played by Joe Keery, who quickly apologizes. I'm so sorry. I'll leave. I had no idea, sir. Just get out of here, kid. All of a sudden, Bruce looks in the distance and sees that the gamma bomb had been detonated, and the blast is heading straight for them. What? No! I told them to stop the countdown! Come on, kid. There's a bunker down here. Run! Bruce pulls Rick out of the car and shoves him into the bunker last minute. Bruce saves Rick, but it's too late for him to save himself. He's engulfed in the gamma blast. What was Banner talking about? That went spectacularly. I don't know whether to slap him in the face or shake his hand. Talbot, go get me Dr. Banner. Yeah, I've been looking for him, General, and we can't find him anywhere. General, you're going to want to see this. One of the soldiers brings General Ross down to a bunker, where he's greeted by Rick Jones, who's in a panic. Who is this kid? How'd he get here and why is he freaking out? Sir, my name's Rick Jones and I was just driving through. I didn't know there was a bomb test. I didn't know. What happened out there, kid? This man, he came to save me. He thought the test was canceled or something. He got me to safety, but he was caught in the blast. Bruce. What'll I tell Betty? You won't have to tell her anything, General. We found Dr. Banner. He's alive. That shouldn't be possible. General Ross runs into another room to see Bruce Banner, knocked unconscious, lying in a hospital bed as several military doctors check his vitals. This is impossible, General Ross. Dr. Banner was exposed to 85 GY of gamma radiation. How much would kill you? 4 GY. My God. He'll be dead in no time from the poisoning, though, right? We actually don't know. We found some stuff in his blood that appears to make him almost immune to gamma radiation. This isn't a natural development, though. It's almost like his blood was made in a lab. Even though he's partly immune, there will still be extreme side effects from that much radiation, no doubt. We just don't know what those side effects are yet. All of a sudden, Bruce jolts awake and starts to panic. The bomb! The bomb got me! I'm dead! I'm dead! I'm dead! I'm dead! Calm down, Dr. Banner. Bruce continues to lash out and several doctors are forced to restrain him and tie him to the bed. Bruce starts to scream in agony. Help me! Help me! Something's happening! I can't calm down! It hurts! Please help me! Bruce starts to convulse and his body begins to transform. Everyone in the room steps back in shock as Bruce's body turns green and grows. The ties on the bed break and eventually the bed snaps too. Bruce grows so big that the ceiling above them comes crashing down. Bruce continues to grow and grow and grow until he's fully transformed into something monstrous. Bruce is big, he's green, he's hulking. Hulk smash! The giant monster slams his green fists into the ground, creating a shockwave that sends everyone flying back. Hulk jumps through the ceiling and begins to wreak havoc on the military base. General Ross gets up, covered in blood, and alerts the entire base about the monster, telling them to attack and not hold back. Major Glenn Talbot runs through the halls, yelling at all the soldiers to prepare their weapons and fire at the Hulk. The Hulk ravages through the base, injuring and killing hundreds. Betty had found out what happened with Bruce and runs out to confront the monster. Bruce! Please stop! You're killing people! That ain't Bruce, Betty. That's a monster. And we're taking him out. Please, you can't kill him. He's killing us, Betty. Do you seriously think isn't the right thing to do? General Ross finds Rick Jones, who is the only one left alive in the bunker, and tries to escape with him. Ross and Rick try to find a way out of the bunker, but every path they run down ends up being blocked by rubble that comes crashing down. Rick begins to panic as he hears explosions coming from outside. I'm so sorry, sir. This is all my fault. Shut it. Eventually, the two find a way out and end up outside, where they are greeted face to face with the Hulk. Holy shit! Hulk screams and jumps down at General Ross, attempting to slam his fists into him, but he's stopped by a missile that hits him in the face. General Ross and Rick Jones run away from the area as fast as possible, but Hulk chases them down. The soldiers attempt to prevent him from reaching Ross with missiles and bombs, and he's held back for a little bit. Hulk grabs two blades from a helicopter propeller and begins to swing them into the soldiers, taking hundreds out. Then, in a final fit of rage, Hulk leaps into the air and slams his fists into the military base, taking the whole thing out, leaving only a few survivors. Before General Ross can make a move, Hulk vanishes. I'll kill you, Banner! I'll find you and I'll kill you! Ross, Betty, Rick, and Talbot, as well as the other survivors, are all shocked by what just went down. I know weirder stuff has happened lately, but this is incredible. Bruce is not incredible. He's savage. We've just unleashed a monster on the world, and I'm putting everything on pause at the moment to take him down. So are you, Talbot. Yes, General. Wait, Talbot, where's the kid? Rick, he's missing. Hulk leaps through the Nevada desert for as long as he can, until nightfall when he passes out on the ground and transforms back into Bruce Banner. We cut to the Daily Bugle news channel as reporter J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons, goes on a tangent about the new monster. Ladies and gentlefolk, if you thought the boogeyman was scary, just wait until you hear this. Apparently, some schmuck named Dr. Bruce Banner transformed himself into a hulking monster last night and went on a rampage at a military base in Nevada. First the Crimson Dynamo, and now this Hulk. Your very own Jolly JJ will provide you with prime updates about this monster. Lock your doors, hide your children. He is coming after them, and guess what, folks? He eats brains! We pull back and reveal that S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Maria Hill is watching Jameson's rant on a TV. Fury. Looks like we got another one. S.H.I.E.L.D. director Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, walks into the room. The Hulk? I've already heard. In fact, I was just about to head out down to Nevada to check things out. Pack your bags, Hill. We're going monster hunting. Bruce wakes up in his torn clothes. What happened? You became this giant green monster, absolutely ravaged the military base. But it wasn't really you, so Rick? What are you doing here? Wait, did you say I became a monster? Yeah, something about gamma radiation or whatever, I don't really know. Anyways, I followed you since you saved my life. I did this to you, so I feel obligated to help you. Anyways, the military will be here any minute, so we should probably get a move on. The military's after me? I mean, you did kill a bunch of people. Bruce Banner starts to hyperventilate and freak out. Oh, stop it, David. Stop it, David. Okay, who the hell is David? It's just some stupid thing my therapist told me to do. You need to leave now, Rick. I'm not safe to be around. Plus, you'll be in lots of trouble if I'm being hunted by the military. I have to help you, Dr. Banner. I'll help you find a cure. Are you some child genius or something? No, I'm actually slightly below average. Oh, great. I'm sure you can help find the cure then. Look, kid, this isn't your fault. You didn't know what you were doing. Actually, I did. I snuck in as a dare. Thought it would be funny. Bruce becomes infuriated. Look what you did, Rick. Ruined someone's life for a dare. Bruce's eyes start to turn green, but he eventually calms himself down. I have a place not too far from here. You can stay there. Fine. But one night only. We cut to a mansion and see General Ross pull up in a government vehicle. Ross is greeted by the owner of the mansion, Dr. Leonard Sampson, who lets him and Talbot inside. I heard what happened with Bruce. It's awful. I don't even know how it's possible. Neither do we. We've been made aware that you're Dr. Banner's psychiatrist, and we were hoping if you could answer a few questions about him, like where he might go to hide. I don't know where he would hide exactly, but I do know quite a bit about Bruce. Bruce Banner is a genius, and when I say genius, I mean he's on the same level as guys like Tony Stark, Hank Pym, Reed Richards. Well, maybe not Reed Richards. That guy's intellect was just insane. Anyways, I assure you that if Bruce was able to revert back into his human form, he's doing everything possible to find a cure. We aren't trying to cure him. We're trying to take him out. Ross and Talbot leave the mansion, and as they get into the car, Ross makes a game plan. That Rick Jones kid, I don't think he died in the attack. I think he's with Banner. I'm not 100% sure, but we might as well go check him out. Betty Ross paces her bedroom as she tries to call Bruce for the 50th time, still to no avail. That's when she hears a knock on her door. Betty answers it and is greeted by S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Phil Coulson, played by Clark Gregg. Miss Ross, my name is Agent Phil Coulson. I'm an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions about Dr. Bruce Banner. I've never heard of S.H.I.E.L.D. in my life. We're a very covert agency. I'm not answering any questions. Betty slams the door in Coulson's face. Phil Coulson then pulls out his phone and calls Nick Fury. Fury. She refused. That's all right, Coulson. We've got plenty of other ways. If I thought Betty Ross would be the key to finding Banner, I would have gone there myself. Bruce lays in bed at one of Rick's dad's cabins, trying to fall asleep, but no matter what, he can't stop thinking about what he did, about how he killed people. Bruce tries to calm himself down, but the thoughts are too much. What he did will be with him forever, and there's nothing he can do to escape it. Bruce gets so anxious that he starts to transform. He tries to hold it back, but he's helpless. Rick, get out of the house! Run as far away as you can! Bruce fully transforms into the Hulk and crashes through the roof of the cabin. Rick walks into the destroyed room and his jaw drops to the floor, before running away from the monster as fast as he can. Before he can get very far, he's stopped by General Ross, who arrived with an entire battalion filled with tanks and projectiles. Rick Jones, you are hereby a fugitive and under arrest by the U.S. military. Before anyone can detain Rick, the Hulk leaps through the air and crashes down into the tanks. Hulk picks up the destroyed tanks and uses them as weapons, crashing them into other tanks and using them as shields from the missiles that are being fired at him. We can't stop him. He's gonna kill us. I'm not giving up until I see Banner's corpse on the floor. That's the attitude, Talbot. Hulk flings the tanks across the desert, quickly overpowering the entire battalion with ease. That's it. Retreat. We'll have to figure out some other way to take him out. After the battalion retreats, Hulk turns to Rick, who is hiding behind a boulder. Leave before Hulk hurt. Rick runs away as fast as he can. As General Ross and his battalion return to a military base, a S.H.I.E.L.D. helicopter flies down to greet him. Nick Fury walks out and makes his way over to talk with Ross. General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. I heard you had a Hulk problem. Who the hell are you? I'm Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm here to help. If S.H.I.E.L.D. was a legitimate agency, I'm sure I would have heard of it. You can turn me down. We're the only way you'll be able to take down Banner. Ross invites Fury inside, and they sit down in a meeting room with some other ranking officers to discuss Fury's plan. General, I assume you've heard of Captain America. You mean the walking war bond advertisement in the 40s? Yeah, I've heard of him. What does Captain America have to do with any of this? Steve Rogers was given his ability through something known as the Super Soldier Serum. We are still in possession of some Super Soldier Serum vials today. If we're somehow able to safely mix a serum with Dr. Banner's irradiated blood, I think we'll be able to make our very own Hulk-level super soldier. Then, we've got Banner outmatched. How much will it cost for you to give me one of those vials? This isn't a buyer-seller relationship, General. It's a partnership. We'll work together to take down the Hulk. All I'm asking is that you let S.H.I.E.L.D. keep our super soldier when we're done. For what? We're putting together an initiative, General. Bruce Banner roams through the desert in his torn clothes, desperately looking for shelter. Eventually, Bruce's body gives up and he passes out on the ground. Bruce opens his eyes and looks around. It appears he's in some sort of black void. Where am I? In your mind, Banner. A mental manifestation of the Hulk appears in front of Bruce. You're the monster I keep transforming into. Hulk not a monster. You killed people. Hulk not want to. Hulk have no choice. The bad men were attacking. My life is over because of you. I can't ever be normal again. I hate you, David. Who is David? You. You're clearly a physical manifestation of my anxiety, meaning that you are David. My name not David. My name Hulk. I can't do this. I can't live with the monster inside of me. I have to find a cure. Bruce wakes up and continues his journey, eventually making it to a Motel 6, where he changes his clothes and gets some rest. General Ross works with S.H.I.E.L.D. to mix a super soldier serum with Bruce's irradiated blood, eventually creating a formula that they believe will make them a soldier to rival the Hulk. All right, General, it's time to create our super soldier. It's gotta be me. I want to be the one to kill Banner. I agree. If anyone here is going to become that super soldier, it's going to be Major Talbot. Wait. We can't rush into this so fast. We gotta test the serum first. It could potentially be lethal. We don't want to hurt Major Talbot. I think I know just who to test our little serum on. The men traveled to Fort Leavenworth in Leavenworth, Kansas, the location of the military death row. One man has been a pain in our ass for years now. He was one of our top-ranking officers, hell of a fighter. Unfortunately, he ended up being a spy, selling military secrets to our enemies. If there's anyone we're going to test the serum on, it's gotta be him. What if it works? What if he becomes a monster like Banner? We have hundreds of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents on standby. If he even shows signs of transformation, we'll subdue him immediately. General Ross opens his cell and reveals Emil Blonsky, played by Mads Mikkelsen. Director Fury, meet Emil Blonsky. Ross, nice to see you, old friend. Have you finally come here to kill me? I've been waiting for ages. Potentially. We have a serum that needs to be tested, and you're our lab rat. How fun. What's this serum for? You don't get to ask questions. Come with us. The men take Emil Blonsky into a large room filled with dozens of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents on standby. While walking to the room, Blonsky overhears their plan to kill the Hulk. I've been thinking, Ross, if I ever get out of here, you're not going to be the first person I kill. No. I want to watch your heart tear apart before I rip it out. I'll go after that daughter of yours, Itsy Bitsy Betty. Shut him up. Blonsky is injected with the serum, and he screams in pain. Blonsky starts to convulse, and eventually, he appears to pass away. Glenn Talbot walks up to Blonsky's body to inspect it. What a shame. So, what now? We have to revise the serum. Talbot is interrupted by Blonsky, whose arm turns green and scaly and picks up Talbot by the throat. Blonsky snaps Talbot's neck, killing him. He then continues to transform into a giant green scaly monster, the size of the Hulk. The S.H.I.E.L.D. agents begin to fire at him, but they're not enough. Blonsky wipes them all out and escapes from Fort Leavenworth. No! Blonsky can't escape! Nick Fury quickly jumps into a helicopter and tries to chase down Blonsky, but he can't keep up with him. This is not how things were supposed to go. Fury calls Maria Hill. Agent Hill, everything went wrong. All we did was create another abomination. Blonsky leaps across the country, with only one thing on his mind. The last order he was given. Kill the Hulk. Bruce gets up early in the morning to make his way into the next town over, where he believes he can find some equipment to build a machine that will reverse the effects of the Gamma Blast. Bruce enters the small Nevada town and finds the building he was looking for, a laboratory that is home to some of the world's finest technology, although we never pan up and see the name of the lab. Bruce puts on a baseball cap and covers his face with the hood of his sweatshirt as he walks into the building. Hey you! You need an ID badge to enter. Oh yeah, that's my bad. I left it in my car. Let me go get it. Bruce turns around and leaves the building. As he walks out, he awkwardly bumps into one of the scientists entering, stealing their ID badge. Bruce then walks back in, quickly showing the badge to the guards, and then rushing to the labs. He enters an empty lab and scurries around, looking for the right tech and stuffing it in his backpack. As soon as Bruce is ready to leave, the security guard from earlier enters the lab. Hey you, let me get a closer look at that badge. Wait a minute. You're Dr. Bruce Banner, aren't you? The guard then radios for backup. I need all men to Lab 27. A fugitive broke in. Bruce shoves past the guard and bolts towards the exit, as dozens of other guards try to stop him. While attempting to escape the lab, Bruce tries to calm himself down and make sure he doesn't transform into the Hulk. Bruce eventually escapes safely, but still runs for as long as he can, knowing that his location has been compromised. Eventually, Bruce decides to stop at a diner in the middle of nowhere to rest for a bit. What can I get you, sir? Just coffee. Bruce looks to the side and is surprised to see Rick Jones sitting right next to him. Dr. Banner? I'm so glad you're alive. Quiet down, Rick. I'm a fugitive. Although I gotta say, I'm happy to see that you're okay as well. Have you found a cure yet? I think I might now know how to reverse the effects of the gamma radiation. I even got all the proper equipment to build the machine. Only problem is, I'm a scientist, not an engineer. I don't think I know how to properly build it. I'm an engineer. I could build it for you. I build cars from scratch all the time. You know, I still think it's not safe for us to be working together, but this might be my only option. Bruce looks up at a TV, which is showing footage of Emil Blonsky in his monster form, tearing apart cities and causing mass destruction. Wait a minute. How is there another Hulk guy? Sources say that Emil Blonsky was turned into this abomination through the test of a serum that was supposed to create some sort of super soldier, strong enough to take down Dr. Bruce Banner, the fugitive who is also known as the Hulk. General Thaddeus Ross has refused to make any further comment. Ross, what have you done? Our machine. If it works on you, then it should work on this Blonsky guy as well, right? Maybe after we cure you, you could gain the country's trust back by helping the military stop him. I killed people, Rick. I don't know if that'll be enough, but I'll do it anyway. I don't want to see more people get hurt. Nick Fury sits in the SHIELD helicarrier, watching footage of Emil Blonsky wreak havoc. I screwed up, Agent Hill. I thought the great Nick Fury never made mistakes. My mistakes never last. I'm a fast cleaner, and I'm not looking to tarnish my reputation. So, we gotta clean this fast. Take down both Banner and Blonsky. And how are we gonna do that? I thought the serum was our entire plan. You know me, Agent Hill. Did you seriously not think I made backup plans? Rick Jones takes Bruce to his workshop in the next town over. It's filled with cars that are either being repaired or built up. This is a nice place you got here, Rick. Yeah, I want to start my own business, making cars and such. It's fun. It's cathartic. You should really try it. I don't really think that's my jam. Rick gets the materials out and begins to build the machine. Speaking of jams, should we put on some tunes? I can play some Hot Tuna. I'm gonna play my own music if that's okay. Helps me calm down. Make sure David doesn't come out. David? You mean the Hulk? Bruce begins to play Claire de Lune. Wow, this definitely isn't a total buzzkill. Claire de Lune. It means moonlight. Claude Debussy wrote this as a part of the Suite Bergamasque. It was meant to be a breather for the listener, a moment of calmness in between the other pieces. Like the moon, it looks into the phases of the soul, gives a clearer understanding to the person you really are. It's crazy how much thought can be provoked through a single piano. Yeah, okay. Not what I usually listen to when I'm building, but it's sort of nice. Makes us feel like the calm before the storm. I'm happy you let me help, Dr. Banner. I'm glad to be at your side. I'm sorry for what I said to you earlier, Rick. None of this is your fault. I can tell you're a good kid, and I'm so glad I met you. Bruce and Rick bond for the rest of the night, as they finish building the machine. Emil Blonsky continues to tear through the country, and he eventually makes his way to Nevada. Blonsky arrives near the lab that Bruce broke into and sees that it's being investigated by the military. After hearing what he needs to know about Banner's location, Blonsky charges at the building, massacring everyone who's there. None of their weapons can stop him. At the end of his rampage, no survivors are left. You're next, Banner. Betty Ross sits in her apartment. She's been on edge, worried about Bruce for the past couple of days. She hears a knock on the door and goes to answer it, expecting another SHIELD agent, but she's surprisingly greeted by Dr. Leonard Sampson. Dr. Sampson, what are you doing here? We need to talk, Betty. Doc Sampson and Betty Ross sit down across from each other at a coffee table. Your father, he's going after Bruce. Yeah, I know. Everyone does. I'm not finished. General Ross will kill Bruce when he finds him. I talked with your father. I can see that bloodlust in his eyes. This is more than just capturing a fugitive, Betty. It's a game to him. But that's not exactly what I came to talk about. Look, I'm not supposed to disclose discussions with my patients to anybody, but I think I can make an exception this one time. Bruce was experimented on by his father at a very young age. What? He was severely abused by him. Bruce has PTSD from his experiences as a child. That's why the ability to transform into a monster every time he gets anxious or angry is such a bad fit for him. We see flashbacks to Bruce's childhood as Doc Sampson talks, and Chlorine by 21 Pilots begins to play. Brian Banner was mad. He constantly experimented on himself, thinking he could chemically improve his body. When his wife gave birth, he didn't see a son. He saw a new test subject. Bruce was constantly experimented on, injected with different substances every day. It changed his blood. That's why all the gamma radiation had this effect on him. His blood is mutated in a sense. Brian then realized that with all the experimenting he had done on his son, there was a chance he could be mutated into something different. He thought Bruce would become a monster, so he tried to kill his own son. Of course, his wife didn't want this. She tried to stop him, but she wasn't strong enough. Brian then killed his wife in front of Bruce. Bruce was able to run away. Luckily, he escaped his father, but he never truly escaped his father. The memories still haunt him. Bruce Banner is a troubled young man, and life hasn't been fair to him. None of this is fair. Why are you telling me all of this? I just wanted you to understand. It seems like you're the only person who can understand. Also, Bruce's blood. It may be the key. The key to what? So many things. What happened to Bruce is incredibly tragic, but the mutated blood he gained from those tragedies is incredibly fascinating. I believe that Bruce Banner's blood is the key to curing cancer. Letting him just get shot down by the military would be such a waste. Excuse me? You're saying this like Bruce is some object, some test subject. He's a human being, Samson. If Bruce lives through this, why would we want to put him through more tests and experiments? Get out of my apartment. You don't understand. Maybe I was just wording things wrong. I said get out. Fine. After Doc Samson leaves, Betty sits there and thinks over what he said, and she begins to cry. The next day, Bruce and Rick get up early to test the machine. Bruce lays down under it while Rick powers it on. Well, this is it, Dr. Banner. The moment of truth. Rick, don't do it yet. Why not? If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'll do. I just need a couple more minutes of hope. Bruce, it'll work. Okay, power it on. Rick powers on the machine, sending a bunch of radiation down on him. Bruce screams in pain, but tells Rick not to power it off. Now! Turn it off! Turn it off! Rick quickly turns off the machine and unstraps Bruce. Well, do you feel any different? Rick, I think I'm cured. Yes! Slap me in the face. What? Slap me in the face. Make me angry. Do something. Rick hits Bruce with a right hook to the face. Ow! I said slap, not punch. Do you feel David, coming out? No, nothing. Not even a sign of him. You're cured. I'm cured. Come on, Rick. We've got to get this machine to the military and stop Blonsky. We cut to the SHIELD helicarrier. Nick Fury has located Blonsky and they're chasing him down. Fury. He's heading toward a densely populated area. We've got to direct him another way. Where's he headed? Las Vegas. I think we're too late. Abomination enters Las Vegas and begins to crash through buildings as everyone in the city starts to panic. Before Bruce and Rick can leave with the machine, General Ross and his troops arrive at Rick's workshop and break down the door. Bruce Banner and Rick Jones, we're taking you in. No, you don't understand. Dr. Banner's been cured. The monster's gone. You think I care, kid? Bruce Banner is a murderer, and you've been harboring a fugitive. I'll go in without a fight. Just please let Rick go. I can't do that, Bruce. Wait! The machine we built to cure me. You can use it to stop Blonsky. Great, then we're taking in the machine along with the both of you. The soldiers tackle Bruce and Rick and take the machine. Hundreds of SHIELD agents pour out of the helicarrier and attempt to subdue Abomination, but they're incredibly unsuccessful. While doing this, the order is made for everyone to evacuate the city. Bruce and Rick are tied up in a large military helicopter with General Ross. After all this is over, Bruce, you won't be forgiven. I'll be surprised if you aren't given the death penalty. Do you know how many of my closest friends you've killed? You put my daughter in extreme danger. I killed my friends too, Ross. I'm not looking for forgiveness. I just want the opportunity to help people. The helicopter arrives in Las Vegas. Rick looks out the window and sees Abomination tearing through the city. You made that guy, didn't you? He's killed people, and you gave him the opportunity. You're just as much of a murderer as Dr. Banner is. You speak another word and I drive my fist into that pretty face of yours, boy. The helicopter lands on the SHIELD helicarrier, and they bring the machine out, along with Bruce and Rick to explain how to use it. We need to get closer to Blonsky for it to work. I'll go down there. You'll die, Banner. I feel like it's a sacrifice I need to make. They repel Bruce down with the machine, and he prepares to approach Abomination. Blonsky, I'm the one you've been trying to find. Come kill me, Blonsky. Follow your last order and kill me. Then you'll be free. Abomination charges at Bruce, and Bruce tries to power on the machine, but Blonsky crashes into it before he can, destroying the only way of stopping him. Bruce is sent flying back. Abomination approaches him and lifts him into the air. I'm a loyal man, Banner. If there's anything I can't do, It's not following orders. Even though I was a spy, I followed every order while I could. Eventually, the time came to follow my original order. Tear apart the U.S. military from the inside. I tried my best, Banner, and I even made some progress. Even though I landed myself in a spot on the death row, I would call it a success. Then I broke out. Before I broke out, I was given one final order before I could be a free man. Before I could do anything I want. Kill Bruce Banner. And let me tell you, Bruce, there is nothing that can stop me from following through. When I'm done, I'm going after Ross's daughter, little Betty. Then I think I might kill that little boy I saw with you up there. I think I heard one of the soldiers mention his name. Rick, was it? Bruce becomes infuriated. He's no longer scared for his life. He's angry that Blonsky would threaten the lives of the people he loves. The anger begins to engulf him, and it takes over. That's when Bruce feels a transformation. That's when he feels Hulk coming back. Instead of being upset that the cure didn't work, he's thinking about how much he's going to hurt Blonsky. Abomination drops Bruce as he transforms, and watches as he grows into the monster. Hulk, smash! Hulk punches Abomination, sending him flying through the air. Abomination gets back up and charges at the Hulk. As the two monsters fight, both S.H.I.E.L.D. and the military fire at them both, trying to subdue them. Hulk and Abomination continue to land punches, and it seems like an equal fight. The monsters eventually crash into Caesar's palace, and begin to fight in the casino. Abomination then starts to overpower Hulk, holding him against the ground by his throat. My order shall now be completed. Hulk gets up and claps his hands together, creating a shockwave that sends Abomination flying back, crashing through multiple buildings. Was that a thunderclap? Hulk walks over to Abomination, who is lying on the ground, injured. Hulk has new order for you, Blonsky. Stay away from my friends. You're not my leader, but you will still fear me. Hulk grabs Abomination by the head and throws him back into the ground, knocking him out. Hulk runs away before anyone can run down to subdue him, and by the time General Ross arrives at the scene, he's already gone. The area's safe. Banner's gone. Let's take in Blonsky. The next day, Nick Fury sits in the helicarrier and looks over reports of extraordinary beings. I can't let what happened with Banner happen again, Hill. I screwed up. Yeah, we did. I'm not going to try and deny it. We'll do better, Fury. Besides, we just had one success. Tony Stark, played by Robert Downey Jr., walks in. You talking about me? Who am I kidding? Of course you were talking about me. So, Nick, you were saying something about me needing to take down some big green monster? We cut to a prison and see Rick Jones being locked up in a cell. Sure you don't want that phone call? I have no one to call. No friends, no family. Everyone that I thought was either my friend or my family has abandoned me. General Ross sits in his office as Betty storms in. Bruce is missing again? I thought he was cured. Nope, still a raging beast. Dad, he helped save Las Vegas. He's not a beast. If you ever want to see me again, promise me you won't kill Bruce. Okay, honey, I promise. Thank you, Dad. After Betty leaves, Ross is approached by one of his lieutenants. Did you really mean that? Of course not. I'm killing Bruce Banner, and no one can stop me. We cut to the Daily Bugle news broadcast as J. Jonah Jameson goes on another rant. The Green Goliath struck again. This time, he tore apart all of Las Vegas. He destroyed Caesar's palace in an act of malice. When will the good people of Earth get a break from these super creeps that are popping up? Let's just be thankful that there isn't some whack job with bug powers. Could you imagine the human spider wrecking your city? I sure could. This has been J. Jonah Jameson from the Daily Bugle. I will bring you the truth, and only the truth. The Hulk jumps through the desert and eventually falls to the ground as he transforms back into Bruce Banner. Did I win? Yes, Banner. We won. Bruce sees a vision of Hulk standing in front of him. Am I dreaming again? This feels real. No, Banner, you're not dreaming. You're just crazy. I thought I was cured. You should be thankful that the machine didn't work. If it did, you and all your friends would be dead. David, no more calling me David. I'm Hulk. Fine. Hulk. Is Rick okay? The bad men took him. No. I have to go save him. Hulk. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think we need to go smash some things. Hulk grins and we cut to black. In the mid-credits scene, we see the lab that Bruce broke into earlier in the movie. We pan up and see the sign on the lab, revealing that it's a location belonging to Advanced Idea Mechanics. Inside the lab, we see a janitor, played by Giovanni Ribisi, cleaning up all the mess. I'm a genius. When I was offered a job here, I didn't think it would be as a janitor. But of course, this is the only job I can hold. Maybe one day they'll see what I'm capable of. No. No one at Advanced Idea Mechanics can be trusted. We pan down and see the janitor's name tag. Samuel Stearns. One day, I'll take over AIM. I'll show them that I can be a leader. And that's the Hulk. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, stay tuned for the next part of the Marvel Beyondverse, Daredevil Judgment Day, which will release on this channel November 18th. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a good day.